Hello, my name is Aaron Bondi, and this is my predictions for the 2021 Oscars. I'm just going to do above the line categories in this video since it is the night before the nominations are announced, and I'm trying to save time on filming and uploading. My predictions for nominees for Best Picture are Nomadland, The Trial of the Chicago 7, Promising Young Woman, Minari, Mink, One Night in Miami, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Judas and the Black Messiah, and The Sound of Metal. The reason that I have predicted these is Nomadland is a independent film. It is a drama. It is what you'd think would be a totally inaccessible film, but it won the Golden Lion at the Venice Film Festival, the People's Choice Award at the Toronto Film Festival, and it won the Golden Globe for drama, and it won the Critics' Choice Award for Best Feature. How do you go against that? That is, for what is arguably a film that is not easy to watch, but was super easy to watch, it is the frontrunner. I mean, how can you not have it as your frontrunner with all that? Next is The Trial of the Chicago 7. It is the Argo film of this year. A film that has some political aspects to it, more than Argo did. But it is a film that has an all-star cast. It's flashy. It's a film that is entertaining to most. I really liked it, but it wasn't my favorite of the year. And I think it has next best chance out of all of them. My next best pick is my favorite movie of last year, Promising Young Woman. I could talk all day about this film, so I'll just keep it short. It was relevant and it was amazing. Bo Burnham should get a nomination, Carey Mulligan should win, and Emerald Fennell should win for her screenwriting. She was amazing writing that script. Next is Minari, a film that I have not seen, but I have heard is really good. I have a rule about these sort of things where if you can rent it for $20 and you can probably buy it for a month and for $20, I'm just gonna wait a month to buy it because I'll probably still like it the same, but I'm not gonna pay $20 just to have it for 2 days. But I think it has a really good shot because I've been hearing about this since January, and I'm like, this seems like a potential Oscar winner. Like, it was my pick in January to win. And it is up there. It has a shot to win, especially if it gets a lot of nominations tomorrow. The next pick is Mink. It was what everybody was thinking was going to win before it came out. And then it came out, and everybody was kind of like, it's a little hard to see, but it's definitely going to get nominated. But I think its chances of winning are not very high. My next pick, One Night in Miami. I personally did not like it very well, but the acting was very good. I think it's going to get nominated because it was just a well-liked movie. Next is Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Ma Rainey's Black Bottom is going to win for Best Actor because it has the late and great Chadwick Boseman in it. It also has a performance from Viola Davis that is very good, but I think is in the wrong category personally. But it could potentially win some of those awards and some below-the-line categories. So that is why it's getting nominated. And Judas and the Black Messiah, it's a late breaker. It's got a lot of buzz. Most likely Daniel Kaluuya is going to win for Best Supporting Actor. He was very good in the film. And it was good, and I think it's going to get nominated. And Sound of Metal, my final prediction, was it was shockingly good. I watched it thinking, oh yeah, the acting's going to be good. And I ended up really liking the movie, and I think that's going to be the way it is for a lot of Academy voters. They're going to watch it for Rhiz Ahmed and then stay for the heartbreaking but kind of touching story that it weaves. So those are my predictions for Best Picture. Next up are my predictions for Best Director. First off is Chloe Zhao for Nomadland. She is going to win. She's won everything. It's done. Next, one that I have next is surprisingly David Fincher. I think if anybody were to win over Chloe Zhao, which I don't think anybody will, it would be David Fincher. But then again, I could see him also getting knocked out of the nominations too. But I think he's going to be in there. Next, I have Emerald Fennell for Promising Young Woman. I love this movie. She was very well directed, the film, and I thought the movie was nearly perfect. As perfect as you can get. Next, I have Aaron Sorkin for The Trial of Chicago 7. Because it's one of the Best Picture frontrunners, I think Sorkin isn't the best of directors, but he did a decent job with the film. And that reason, I think it's going to get in. And then finally, Lee Isaac Chung for Minari. It was always between him and Regina King for me, but I think it's going to be Chung because Regina King, her film isn't as good as, arguably, as the top 5 films in Best Director, and I think that's just gonna get her right at 6 instead of number 5. Next are my predictions for Best Actress. My predictions are Carey Mulligan, Frances McDormand, Viola Davis, Vanessa Kirby, and Andra Day. Basically, with Carey Mulligan, I've talked about this film. She's amazing in it. She deserves the win. Her character and her character arc was really good. Frances McDormand, if Chloe Zhao wasn't a driving force in this movie, the only other thing the movie has for it is Frances McDormand and her performance. And she also produced the film. While I don't think she's going to win this award, I do think she will win the award for Best Film because she produced Nomadland. Then Viola Davis, like I said, I think she's more of a supporting performance, but her performance was really good, and I think she's going to get the nomination nonetheless. Vanessa Kirby had a really good performance, a heartbreaking one, and it was in a really good movie, but a mostly ignored movie. So I think she's going to get in, but doesn't stand much of a shot to win because of that. Then Andra Day. I hated this movie. She was good in it, but I didn't like the movie. She's going to get in most likely. And I don't want to talk about this anymore. My predictions for Best Actor are Chadwick Boseman, Anthony Hopkins, Rhiz Ahmed, Gary Oldman, and Steven Yeun. The elephant in the room is Delroy Lindo is unfortunately most likely going to get snubbed for his performance in Da 5 Bloods, which is one of the best of the year. It was an amazing performance from a movie that I saw a long time, or back when it came out in June, and it sucks that he's not going to get nominated. But he wasn't going to win because Chadwick. He gave an amazing performance. He had 2 amazing monologues. He's winning this. Unfortunately, he won't be there to give the acceptance speech. Anthony Hopkins, I have not seen The Father because I have not had the access to see it, but I've heard he is really good. And I think he would win on any other year, most likely, if Chadwick wasn't there, from what I've heard of his performance. Rhiz Ahmed, giving his performance in The Sound of Metal, where he played someone who was losing his hearing, where hearing was a good part of his job and his livelihood and everything he loved to do. So he had to learn to be a new person. His performance was really good. And again, on a year where Chadwick wasn't here, he'd stand a really good chance of winning. Gary Oldman, who I think unfortunately is a lock in here, but he could still be out. He's not a lock per se, but I think he's locked into my nominations because he's at number 4. But I think Gary Oldman's in here because he's in a Best Picture nominated movie, most likely. And he's been nominated before. He's giving a performance of seems like something the Academy would like. Steven Yeun, again, I haven't seen Minari, but I've heard he is really good in it. And gives a performance that is just good. I can't speak to his performance because I haven't seen him in it. But I have seen him on The Walking Dead, and he was really good in it. My predictions for Best Supporting Actress are Glenn Close, Olivia Coleman, Amanda Seyfried, Helena Zengel, and Maria Bakalova. The reason I do not have Yunya Jun in here is because last year Zhao Shuzhen did not get in, and I think the same is going to happen here. And I don't have Jodie Foster in here because, yes, she won Golden Globes, but the BAFTAs were a mess this year. And Yu Yun Jun, I believe she did not get in anywhere except for SAG, BAFTA, and Critics' Choice, which, yeah, that's a lot. But I think she's going to get snubbed this year. I think Helena Zengel, she got in at SAG and Golden Globes, and I don't think she was really eligible for the Supporting Actress Award because she was in Young Actor. So I don't have her, or I have her in here. But I think Glenn Close is going to win this. Glenn Close is overdue. I liked Hillbilly Elegy better than most. I think her performance was actually really good. Then I have Olivia Coleman. I love Olivia Coleman. I loved her ever since I saw her in Broadchurch. And then Amanda Seyfried. She was really good in Mink. She could miss, but I think she was good in Mink and deserves a nomination. Helena Zengel, I think she's potentially just like Haley Steinfeld in True Grit, where she will get the nomination, but won't have enough of a backing to win. And then Maria Bakalova gave a scene-stealing performance in Borat, which is hard when you're on screen with Sacha Baron Cohen. And yeah, I think those are our nominations for Supporting Actress. For Supporting Actor, I have Daniel Kaluuya, Leslie Odom Jr., Chadwick Boseman, Jared Leto, and Sacha Baron Cohen. It's not necessarily in that particular order, but I think Daniel Kaluuya is the clear frontrunner here. I think he gave amazing performance, and one that he was sympathetic, I feel like, to even those who didn't maybe agree with him. It's one of those films where it gave us all sides, and so you sympathize more with every single side because it wasn't just two-dimensional villains, or even it was just they gave us a little bit to every side. Leslie Odom Jr., like I said, I'm not a fan of One Night in Miami, but I think his performance was really good. Chadwick Boseman, I think it's going to be Da 5 Bloods' only nomination. I think they're going to want to double nominate him because this is going to be their only chance to nominate him again, which is unfortunate. Jared Leto, I didn't really care for The Little Things, but his performance was okay, but I think he's going to get nominated. He's got a couple of nominations, like Helena Zengel. And Sacha Baron Cohen is one of the few people or the only person from Trial other than Aaron Sorkin who I think will get nominated in above-the-line categories. I apologize. I'm in a metal building and it just started to rain, so the sound might sound a little different from here on out in the video. My predictions for Best Adapted Screenplay are Nomadland, One Night in Miami, The Father, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, and News of the World. I believe that Nomadland will win this because this is, I think, Chloe Zhao's easiest award. And the next best bet, I'd say, is Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. It was a decent screenplay adapted from a play. Then One Night in Miami, like I said, I wasn't a big fan of the movie, wasn't a big fan of the story. but I think it's going to get nominated. The Father, again, a film I have not seen, I think will get in. And then News of the World, I think will get in. I think it will snag that 5th spot. It's a film I have not seen yet, and I plan on watching it as soon as possible. But I think it will get in. My predictions for Best Original Screenplay are Promising Young Woman, Trial of the Chicago 7, Minari, Mink, and The Sound of Metal. Promising Young Woman should win this. I think will potentially win this, but it's going to have close competition from Aaron Sorkin's Trial of the Chicago 7. He is one of the best screenwriters of all time, so I'm not going to count him out. Minari, like I said, I've had this for a long time. I thought Minari's had a shot. Minari is, and it's a film I have not seen, but from what I've heard of it, is a beautiful film. And I've heard the screenwriting is excellent and bilingual, and I've heard it's hard to speak 2 languages. I can only imagine how hard it is to write. Mink is a passion project. David Fincher's father wrote the screenplay, and I have a feeling the Academy's not going to want to snub that. And Sound of Metal, like I said, it was a film that shocked me, and I think it will shock a lot of other people how well they liked it. I'm predicting this, and I think it will get, hopefully, the nomination, but I could be wrong. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you thought. Thank you.